Understanding media. Media, in one word, which collectively refers to radio, TV, newspapers, internet, and several other forms of communication. It is the plural form of word medium, and it describes the various ways through which we communicate in society. In a democratic country like India, mass communication plays an important role in creating people's awareness about national policies and programs. Media and democracy. Media plays an important role in modern democracy. In a democracy, all adult citizens are given the right to vote and choose their representatives. For this reason, the ruling as well as opposition party try to keep in touch with the masses and create public opinion in their favor. Public opinion comprises the views of common people on issues that affect the society. Common people form their opinions based on information that they gather through various media channels. On one hand, media provides information to keep people updated. On the other hand, it provides a platform for people to express themselves. If people wish, they can take action on the basis of these news stories. They can do this by writing letters to the concerned ministers, organizing a public protest, starting a signature campaign, and asking the government to rethink about its programs. Since media plays an important role in providing information, it is absolutely essential that information should be balanced. A balanced media report is one that discusses all points of view of a particular story and then leaves it to the readers to make up their minds. But this will be possible only when the media is independent. An independent media means that no one should control and influence its coverage of news. No one should tell the media what can be included and what should be discarded. It is on the basis of the information the media provides that we can take action as citizens. So, it is important that this information is reliable and not biased. Important agencies of mass media. Since democracy does not restrict freedom of expression, citizens know what is happening around them. This knowledge comes to them through different agencies like print media and electronic media. Print media or press. It includes newspapers, magazines and journals, etc. Newspapers deal with significant events of the day and present a critical study of political problems. During the British rule, newspapers created awareness among the people about the exploitive role of British rule in India. This was the reason why British imposed several restrictions on the press. But after independence, newspapers are able to report events without government interference. The intellectuals express their opinion to the people through newspapers. Newspapers also criticize government actions which are against the interest of the people and form public opinion. However, newspapers sometimes can also be biased and favor certain parties. But we can get clearer picture if we read more than one paper. Electronic media, television, radio, cinema, etc. are the electronic media of mass communication. Electronic media has an important role to play in a country like India, where rate of literacy is very low. Radio is one of the cheapest and most effective means of communication. It reaches the remotest places in our country. Music, news and advertisements provide entertainment as well as create awareness. The impact of television is greater than the radio as it provides visual along with sound. Earlier, television was considered a luxury item, but nowadays, every household has a television set. Satellite television was introduced in India by the end of 20th century. It has made it possible for us to view worldwide events. Cinema is an important means of recreation. Motion pictures often deal with important social issues like casteism, discrimination, dowry, communalism, etc. Indian film industry, which makes Hindi as well as regional movies, accounts for the largest number of movies made in the world. Most of the movies convey a message and create sensitivity on social issues. Media ethics and accountability. Media is supposed to follow certain ethics. Media provides the link between the government and the people. Considering its hold over the people, attempts have been made to control the media. The functioning of media is subject to several rules. Many laws have been passed for the purpose. All newspapers have to be registered with the Registrar of Newspapers in India. They cannot print or publish anything that is offensive or which promotes people to act in a violent way. The electronic media also operates in accordance with the Broadcasting Code, adopted in 1962. It was adopted to encourage good citizenship, to strengthen communal harmony, religious tolerance, and international understanding. It can only be done through impartial coverage of news and events. Media and money. Broadcasting of news is a very expensive affair. A TV studio, along with lights, cameras, sound recorders, etc., costs a lot of money. The technologies that mass media use keep changing, and a lot of money is spent on getting the latest technology. As a result, most newspapers and television channels are part of big business houses. On the other side, it earns money by advertising different things. You must have noticed the number of advertisements that you have to see while watching television programs. Right to Information Act 2005. Right to Information Act 2005 has been enacted by the Government of India to provide right to information for citizens. It implies that people have the right to know everything that affects their lives. This act was passed to secure access to information under the control of public authorities. This promotes transparency and accountability in public domain. It includes the right to inspect the work, documents, records, taking notes, extracts or certified copies of documents. But this act also exempts certain categories of information from disclosures. Any public authority would designate Central Assistant Public Information Officer (KPO) at various levels who will reply either by providing the information or rejecting the request within a period of 30 days from the date of receipt of request. Tamil Nadu was the first state to have passed the Right to Information Act in the year 1997. Advertisement. Advertising is the technique used to bring products, services, and opinions to public notice for the purpose of persuading public to respond towards the advertisement. Advertisements draw our attention to various products and describe them positively, so that we become interested in buying them. Advertising has become an important industry and has changed completely under globalization. The headline of an article in Times of India stated that children are the new consultants on home consumption, says new study. The report further stated that 87% of children spend their time watching television and 66% of them have a brand preference. According to this report, they make decisions on durables, holidays, and even insurance policies. TV is their prime source of knowledge. Advertisements, thus, have come to educate more than anything else in the age of consumerism. Promoting sales is the most important motive of a large enterprise. It adopts various methods to attract consumers to buy more and more commodities or products manufactured by it. Advertisement is the method through which this goal is achieved. In modern times, the competition is very tough as there are various brands in the market struggling to capture consumers' attention. Advertising serves to create a demand for the product for which it wants to generate a market. Many companies expand business by creating new markets and expanding it in rural areas. They also ensure that demand for their goods does not become weak and continues to exist over a long period of time. It establishes a relationship between the consumer and company. Advertising simplifies the choice of consumers and makes consumers aware of several brands available in the market. They make them conscious about the price and the special features of various products. Hence, they can make a decision more easily about the product they wish to buy after doing a comparative study on all the goods. Producers know that they must maintain the quality of their product if they want a steady demand for their articles. Therefore, consumers get good quality products at fair prices, brand values, and social values. Advertisements have become an integral part of our social and cultural life. We often judge people according to the brand products they use. Branded dals cost much more than dals that are sold loose in the market, as they include the costs of packaging and advertising, and so many people cannot afford them. However, because of the advertisement, people who cannot afford branded dal begin to feel that they are not treating their guests properly. Gradually, They may come to believe that only branded dals are good and would want to buy the dal that comes in a sealed packet rather than that which is sold loose. Similarly, sometimes personal sentiments and emotions are utilized in promoting particular brands. It can be seen in the Care soap advertisement. As a mother, if you want to show that you care for your child, then you will have to buy this expensive soap. The advertisement tells the mother that her love and care is best shown through using this particular brand of soap. Mothers begin to feel that using this soap is a sign of how much they love their child. In this way, advertisement uses mothers' emotions to sell expensive soaps. Mothers who cannot afford these expensive soaps begin to feel that they are not giving their children the best care. Often our favorite film stars and famous cricketers also try and sell products to us through advertisements. As our heroes tell us that a product is worth buying, we may feel tempted to buy these products. Moreover, advertisements often show us images of lifestyles of rich people and seldom show us the reality of people's lives that we see around us. Consumerism. Advertising creates a demand for the product by making consumers know that it is available in the market. It often identifies a unique selling proposition or USP of a product and tries to communicate it to the users. Retailers do not have to bother about providing storage facilities. Besides, they get immediate returns on the money they invested. Since goods are manufactured on a large scale, the cost per unit of manufacturing a particular good is reduced. If the company that manufactures a product has a reputation, the product acquires a brand name and develops a steady market. Modes of advertising. The basic medium of advertising is newspapers, which offers the advertiser large circulations and the opportunity to alter their advertisements on a regular basis. As magazines are aimed at specific readers, they offer the manufacturers of the product a particular interest the chance to make contact with their most likely consumers. The other advertising media include direct mail, which make a highly detailed and personalized appeal, outdoor posters, transit advertising, which can reach the million of users of mass transit systems, and promotional items such as calendars. Types of advertising. Commercial advertising. During the British rule, the main focus of advertising was only on press advertisement, in which the British administrators and princely families were offered luxurious goods and other services. In the 1930s, the radio and cinema emerged as popular means of advertising. In the 1950s, the growth of industrialization led to mass production of goods, which also resulted in the expansion of advertising industry. With the emergence of Indian middle class after independence, the focus on advertising shifted from status-driven goods to convenience-driven consumer goods. Another form of advertising, called consumer advertising, is widely practiced by merchants and vendors on streets. They appeal directly to the buyers, consumers, by shouting. Social advertising. Advertising with some social message or which seeks to promote important social issues such as family planning, communal harmony, national integration, respect for female child, cancer awareness, etc. is called social advertising. Some of these advertisements can be powerful educational tool like the eradication of AIDS, energy conservation, deforestation, and pulse polio, etc. Advertisers too have a moral duty towards society in general and consumers in particular. They must not allow Western concepts and ideas to dominate their perceptions. Consumer awareness has also increased with globalization. People want products of good quality. If they feel cheated, their grievances can be addressed at consumer forums. Poor quality products, incorrect or misleading information in advertisements, adulteration of goods are some of the issues that can be taken up by the consumer forums. The government has passed Consumer Protection Act to protect the rights of the consumers. Some advertising is simply and deliberately untrue. The exercise of right of information demands that the context of what is communicated be true. Consumers have the right to know all about the products and its ingredients. Instructions and warnings written on the products should be clear. Sometimes advertising can violate the dignity of consumers, as it is directed at children apparently to exploit their innocence. Some of the basic rules that should be kept in mind while advertising are: the advertisement should conform to the laws of the country. It should not go against morality and decency. In case of commercial advertising, the information to consumers on matters of weight, quality, price, manufacturing date, etc. must be correctly given. It should not include derogatory reference to another product or service.